What's up, guys?
I'm Ariana Magaña, and I run Humans of CSArts.
I'm Mia Kaselig, and I run CSArts Kindness.
And I'm Jad Cruz, and I run Jad Club.
We hope to be a safe place to discuss topics ranging from school life and productions to current events.
And we also have a logo competition for Voices of CSArts podcast. And submissions are going to be, submissions should be in by the 14th. So we hope that you submit something. We'd be glad to have it.
You can submit stuff to Humans of CSArts
or CSArts Kindness.
Alongside the logo competition, we are also holding a music competition where you can submit your own original work of music to either CSArts Kindness or Humans of CSArts, and we'll see if yours qualifies to be the intro of our next podcast.
If you'd like to be a part of this team, we are having applications for writers or people on the production team, and those links are down in the description below. For this first episode, we will be interviewing 2 directors and 4 cast members of The Merry Lives of Windsor High. Keep in mind that this podcast was recorded before the show happened, so if some things sound a little bit wonky, that's why. I will be interviewing Director Lelliott and Amalia.
And I will be interviewing the cast. I'll be interviewing Melissa, Celine, Sam, and Ella.
And now, without further ado, please enjoy Voices of CSArts.
Hi, I'm Ariana Magaña, and I'm one of your hosts for Voices of CSArts. Today I am here with Director
Jer Adrianne Lelliott
and Assistant Director
Amalia Ito
of The Merry Lives of Windsor High.
Woo!
Okay, so Teacher Lelliott,
Hi.
or Director Lelliott, how was Windsor brought to CSArts, and why did you decide to take it on as a project?
It was actually brought to us by a CSArts teacher, Miss Lopes, Beth Lopes. So the moment I started working at OSHA about 3 years ago, Miss Lopes was like, I've got this show that's so perfect for them. And then we both ended up here, and so the show ended up here. But basically, Miss Lopes developed this story from the beginning with this production company out of Santa Monica, and they partnered with UCI initially to workshop it. But this is the world premiere. This is the first ever production of this musical. So
That is so cool.
it's pretty cool. The cast members in the room right now are like the OG cast.
That is amazing. Okay, also, what have you been consistently telling your cast throughout this process?
Amalia, what have I been consistently telling them?
Truthfully, you've been consistently telling them, how this is a really important show and how this is, it's coming along, it's going really well. And, since we're in the final stretch here, we have our final dress rehearsal today, and I think it's all kind of coming together.
And Amelia, could you kind of explain what your role is in this production?
So I'm the assistant director. I'm here to provide some artistic input, and I'm here to help out the actors with whatever they need. I'm here to help out Jer with whatever she needs, and I'm just here to kind of help things go smoothly and add my own input to the show.
She's been amazing. Some examples of things she does, and the list is too long, but the last few days we've been in the theater, she's been watching the show from every spot in the theater for sightline issues. She's also going to keep track tonight during the run of audio notes so that I don't have to take those notes, so that I can just focus on the actors and some of the scenic elements and lighting. And also things as simple as taking videos and posting them to the app that we all use so that actors who miss rehearsal can get their blocking. And then literally what happens, and this is the way it works professionally with assistant directors too, is what I asked Amalia to do was to watch the show as a director and take notes as if she was directing. The only difference is at the end of the night, she doesn't give those notes to the actors, she gives them to me, and I kind of filter them and put them in my own words and give them to the actors. But I can tell you on more than one occasion, all of the notes that I gave the cast were just Amalia's notes.
And how long have you been interested in directing, or is this your first experience?
Oh, this is actually one of my first experiences directing. I've never directed a full show before. I did one number last year for the Musical Theater Showcase, but that's really about it.
I'm sure you're doing a great job, and I've only heard amazing things, so congratulations.
Thank you so much.
What would you say, Teacher Lelliott, that you have learned from your cast?
Oh, I learned so much from them. So on day one, we talked about vision, and I told them what I really wanted was this to be authentic and reflective of CSArts. That's the reason that Media V, the production company that partnered with us and gave us this script, they chose us because they wanted the script to kind of cross the finish line with CSArts students to reflect CSArts aesthetics and culture. And that's difficult to do with a musical, to have teenagers sound like teenagers talking. With a musical book, it's just like, it's a very, very difficult thing to accomplish, and a lot of projects set out to do that and fail. And they did it from day one. They took this dialogue and they put it in their own voices, and it feels really grounded in reality, but also that reality is really colorful and vibrant and loud and alive.
For both of you, what is your best memory that you're going to take away from this process?
There's so many I can't pick.
First, what do you think? You have one.
I think one of the best memories that I will have from this show is, I think maybe the second day of rehearsal, and you know, we were on a break, and we were like, I was just starting to see the cast bond, and like, I just as people, and I could always like, and it was like, I could all tell that these were like really beautiful people, like, and like they're not just talented, they're amazing, kind, wonderful people that I've gotten the pleasure of working with, and and I got to see like how they interact with each other just as people, and how we could take that into the show, and how we have taken that into the show.
Can I do two, like a favorite and a weird one?
Oh, for sure. Always welcome weird.
Yeah, me too. So my favorite memory, honestly, was the day we finished staging the show. Ooh, I'm weepy. So the endings are hard. Ending plays is hard, and Jacob McNulty, who's such a little peach, he like figured out his character. And he plays, no spoilers here, it's established from the beginning, he plays the villain, he plays the jerk, he plays the complete butthole, and he got it. He like understood how his character grows, what his character learns. And I love it because it's like a happy ending, and it's tied up neatly in a bow, and it's not cheesy at all. It's really, really truthful. And watching him get that, and then watching other people learn things about their own character arcs and things that I hadn't even seen or recognized, it was a really powerful day, and it was also nice to be done. And then the weirdest one, which is also a favorite, was one day I had food delivered because I hadn't eaten, and I ran out to like meet the Domino's people, and I came back, and these little weirdos, they were all being clocks. Like, imagine like Cogsworth from Beauty and the Beast, but like Cogsworth in like all genders and like all mannerisms. And they like, I saw them like scurry, and I thought they were gonna jump out and try and scare me. I'm like, oh please. And then they like jump out, and they're like making these ticking clock sounds. And then they had this weird language, and they like ran back to the rehearsal room doing this weird clock language. And it took me back. Like, that's the kind of like weird theater dork stuff that like I did when I was their age half a lifetime ago. And like, it just reminded me of me and my friends, and it was so beautiful. And like, we were so self-conscious about how weird we were then, and now to be an adult and have some perspective and be like, oh, you're so much better than the people who are pretending you're not weird. Like, this is the way to win.
That's awesome. Can you just give a quick rundown of what the show is about and when it's going to premiere and the dates you can come and where to buy tickets, all that good information?
Okay, working backwards. I know you buy tickets on the website. Does anyone have better information than that?
That should be box office / Vendini.
Yay!
This is why Celine is my favorite.
Aw.
She always has the answer. And like yesterday, literally, I was like, oh, I need to get rid of this microphone. Who can I trust? Celine. So that's where you get tickets. I have just been like Googling CSArts, finding my way that way. We open tomorrow.
Yay!
Which is stressful because last night, starting at the end and continuing through the beginning, we stop and go through about 40% of the show. Tonight we're going to stop and go through the rest, and then we're going to run it for the first time. Tomorrow afternoon we'll have time to fix anything that needs fixing, which is my guess is going to be mostly like transitions. There's lots of moving walls. Yeah. And then we'll hopefully have time for one more quick run tomorrow afternoon before we do it in front of an audience. And the show is about, I'm going to tell you what it's about, and then I'm going to tell you what it's about. Except the other way around. It's about love. It really is. It's about all the people coexisting together and not tolerating each other, but celebrating each other. Plot device wise, it's an adaptation of The Merry Lives of Windsor. So it's about a total blowhard jerk who thinks he can trick two women who are much smarter than him into dating him without knowing about the other one. And of course he's wrong, but instead of just being like, you wrong, they're like, ooh, let's fool you and embarrass you and leave you with egg on your face. The difference between our musical and that show is instead of it kind of having a cruel ending, I don't want to give away spoiler. I'm just going to say it's not cruel.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And here is one of our other hosts, Jad Cruz, who is going to be interviewing 4 cast members of Windsor.
Thank you, Ariana. And of course, I'm really excited for this. There's 4 other people in the room. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
Okay. Hi, I'm Celine Elizabeth, and I play Allie Rogers in Merry Lives of Windsor.
Hi, I'm Ella Beyer, and I play Megan Trent.
Hi, I'm Melissa Bautista, and I play Tess Quinlan.
And I'm Sam Morelos, and I play the role of DC.
All right. So one thing I've been really curious about in all this, because I've auditioned for a few shows myself, what I was wondering is, there's a lot of plays. What made you want to sign up for or audition for Windsor?
Oh. Do you guys want to go down the line?
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. If I'm honest, it was 100% Teacher Lelliott. She and I have worked together on another show beforehand. It was Importance of Being Earnest. Working under her direction, I think she is a genius, and I will follow her to the ends of the earth. And also, just reading the character descriptions in the book, I kind of fell in love with the character of Allie, even though you're technically not supposed to do that. Before I auditioned, I thought she was a very quick-witted, intelligent character, and it was something that I was really looking forward to auditioning for, and just the process of auditioning for a rock musical. Always new experiences, always a lot of fun to do.
Very amazing.
Hi, so when I heard about the show, I saw that it was a rock musical, and I am really into rock and roll and classic rock and all that music stuff. And so when I dug more into it and read more about the show, I was like, oh, this is for me. Like, I loved how authentic all the characters were, and it seemed like something amazing to be a part of.
Right. So I absolutely love original content. Last year I was in the creative writing mini musicals, and that experience of building something from the ground up is just so exciting to me. Like getting a character and creating it and making it your own. It's not like you can do that with other with roles that have already been like produced and stuff, but it's just so much more exciting to have like a character that you can just be and create and like use your imagination.
I was actually really excited about the how the incorporation of. I knew that I could see everything in my mind. You know when there's this. I think in pictures. So when I read the synopsis of the play of the musical, I saw the stage and the lights and the characters, and I already saw it come to life in my mind. And then I listened to the music, and then I'm like, darn, I want to listen more. So then I listened more. I emailed them. And like, hey, can I have the full score, please?
That's exactly what I asked.
And they're all like,
I have
wow,
the script
okay.
and score.
Yeah, and then I asked for the script, and then they're like, no, why? You're gonna get that. Stop. Okay, but I saw it come together, and then I'm like, this is really what I want to do. This is cool.
So another thing I was wondering was that with so many other people auditioning for the role, how did it feel like knowing that there were other people trying out for this part, and also that there was a chance that you might not have made it? How did you feel during this process? Did you feel very confident?
Okay.
The audition process, we're always taught here, especially in conservatory, that your life is 1,000% rejection. You are going to be rejected more than you will be accepted. You're always going to hear 10 yeses before you hear a no. And
Other way around.
10 no's
10
before
no's
you hear a
before-
yes. English is my third language. Anyway, you're always going to hear 10 no's before you hear a yes. Knowing that, it was still something that like I really wanted to audition for, and just the audition process was ridiculously fun. I remember, and I'm one that is not excited to audition in front of people because it's like, oh my god, I'm gonna be judged. But I looked to Melissa after I got out and I went, that was a lot of fun. And the callbacks were a lot of fun. It was a fun experience, and I love that the CSArts environment is always very like welcoming and accepting, and it was never nerve-wracking. It was only just, it felt very like they wanted to see who you were.
And that is a really great feeling, actually, especially at this school.
Yeah.
I remember waiting to go into the room for our first audition, for the vocal audition, and I had my guitar, and then I saw another girl, and she had her guitar, and so we kind of like go over to each other because something in common, and I'm like, hey, like. And then we asked each other what songs we were auditioning with, and we both said original songs, and then a pit kind of fell in my stomach. I was like, oh crap, like, and then I was like, oh no, like there's someone, of course there's like people who are going to do the same thing, but it just kind of like made me really nervous, and then I just was like, it's okay, Ella, like just be yourself and give it all you got, and that's all you can do. And luckily that came out in a good result. But yeah, it was a nerve-wracking, but it was a really fun audition process, like they said, because there's so many talented people at this school, and so we're all just like, I don't know, sharing our talents together.
Yeah, these processes are always so amazing, how you get to see so many other like-minded individuals. It's always so fun.
Okay, I honest to God didn't think I was gonna get in. When I auditioned, I was wearing my favorite shoes, and that made me really happy, and I felt really confident in that. And then during the dance audition, or like the callbacks, I wasn't that confident in like any of my acting skills. I was comparing myself to everyone else who was auditioning, and I was like, oh, they did something great, or oh, they interpreted this so well. And then I went home and I was like, well, the way I interpret it is the way I wanted it, and maybe they like that or maybe they don't. And so that's how I think. That's how I think about auditions. Like, I just bring what I want, not what I want, but I bring what I have to the table, and sometimes they want it, sometimes they don't, and I don't get nervous. And specifically for this, I was nervous because I really wanted to get in it, but that's just how I felt, and I thought, hey, if I don't get in, then it's fine. But I just really want to. So yeah, that's how I think about auditions. Thank you.
I'm so happy you made it, though.
Thank you. So am I. I'm over here and I'm like, wow, that banana shirt was just a statement, wasn't it? I wore that. I wore a banana shirt.
So I was really nervous. I really wanted to get in. And I remember I was in the room with my vocal teacher. She's all like, oh, it says that you can self-accompany yourself. Do the piano. I'm like, oh no, I'm really bad at piano. Don't make me do that. She's all like, do it. And then I was like, oh, okay. So I played the piano while singing, and I was really nervous. So the day of the audition, I was on campus an hour before my audition, and I was basically living in the practice rooms in 300s. And I was just constantly playing it. I'm like, oh no, this is not good enough. I'm going to keep on playing this. And it was really nerve-wracking for me, because everything is nerve-wracking. But once I walked into the pack, that long, treacherous walk down that ramp, I saw Teacher Lelliott's face, and then she's all like, oh, Sam, it's great to see you here. I'm like, oh, it's great to see me? Yay! And then I got on stage, and I went to the piano, and then every doubt just flew out of my mind. It's like, I'm here right now, and I'm supposed to be playing this with all my heart, and I don't have time or room in my brain to doubt myself right now, because this is the moment where I show Teacher Lelliott and Miss Kana, who didn't know that I played piano, what I can do. I screwed up, but I got in, so yay.
That's an amazing story. It's always nice because, like, I mean, yes, it does take a lot of work, but even in the end, it's always so rewarding.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I hear a lot about the teacher. How does it feel to have her as the director and Amalia as assistant director?
It is so wonderful. You can't see it, but everyone, the second that you asked that question, just went, oh, held their chests and lit up, because she is Teacher Lelliott and Amalia are just lights in the room. Anytime they're in there, always there to help you. I know I am such a picky actor, and literally I will go to Teacher Lelliott after every single rehearsal and be like, okay, what's this? Like, how, like, explain this to me. How can I do this better? And she's always there with this calm smile, very willing to help. And her vision for the show was never be the cookie cutter high school show. And I think that this show could have been a disaster if, and like this is speaking wholly and honestly, if we didn't have a director that was looking to be as authentic as humanly possible. She took this script and she interpreted it in a way that was ours. It was CSArts. And to have that reflection upon high school is magical. And just to have her lead this pack of crazies was magnificent. And I couldn't have felt anything better.
Working with Teacher Lelliott and Amalia, I always felt like I belonged in the room. Like, I always felt like I didn't have to hide a part of myself or side of myself. I could just be me. And like, in past directing experiences, I felt like, I don't know, very like stiff in a way, if that makes sense. And then with Teacher Lelliott, I just feel like a free bird, because she's always open to any idea because of her creative mind. And so I feel like being in the room, we're all just creatives, and I really love that energy she puts out there.
Yeah, riffing off of that, the environment that she creates in the rehearsal room is just so collaborative and supportive that none of us, I feel like I can speak for all of us here, like none of us feel like we're being, our artistic interpretation or our artistic liberties are being stifled. We're all being like let loose and like we're all able to contribute something and like work with her. And Amalia too, like everyone's been talking about Teacher Lelliott, but Amalia is such a sweetheart. She's always there to help. She has feedback for us. She's just so sweet. She sends us notes if we're not in rehearsal. She's like, here, you missed this. Sometimes I would like text her, I'd be like, what are we doing tomorrow? And she'll be like, here, Melissa, here, this is what we're doing, calm down. And I'll be like, thanks, Amalia, you're a sweetheart. So yeah, both of them are just such wonderful people, and working with them is so enjoyable. Like with some directors, it's like, whew, I'm so scared of you. But with Teacher Lelliott, and Amalia, I feel so comfortable to be myself as an actor.
Yeah, same here. With Teacher Lelliott, I feel the need to be myself. Because around other people, I feel like, oh, I have to give them a good impression of me. I have to be professional. I cannot let them show my weird, goofy side. But with Teacher Lelliott, it's both. She's amazing. She wants us to show our true, authentic selves while also being professionals. And I really love, like everyone else said, the environment that she and Amalia created. It's really, really fun to work with them, and I really hope I get to work with them again soon.
I'm so glad you guys got to work together with them so well, and that you really got to connect with them through all this. And speaking of which, since you guys have had such a close connection with them, what has your connection been like with each other over these weeks working on the show?
Oh my goodness. When there are some casts, like I had recently gotten off a show where, you know, like There are a few people I'd like ask out to go to a lunch maybe, but the cast never grew to be a family. This cast, it's something different. And there's something magical in every cast that you're in. There's something special, but this specific cast, the one thing I can say we're very good at is being a family. Ella and I had sat next to each other in math, and that is the extent of which we knew each other. And now I feel like I can go to her for anything. And it's little gestures, like she'd walk me to my car on a night where I was afraid to go alone, or she'd offer me help, or her and I have these same perfectionistic tendencies where we want to rehearse things into the ground, and working with people so like-minded is so magical. And like Aidan Borgen, Jacob David, Elijah Trust, all three people that I love dearly with all my hearts, and I wouldn't have found such a close bond with such lovely people if it wasn't for this show. And working together, spending 12-hour days together, it's exhausting. And to literally sit there at 9:30 at night and be happy that we made something together, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like theater, and nothing like this show. I'm gonna say that.
So, all high school kids, I feel like we're all longing to belong. I mean, throughout my life, I've seeked for that feeling of like, wow, I really feel like I belong here. And in the past, I haven't felt that. But coming into Merry Wives, within the first week, I was like, wow, like these are my people. Like I felt like I could go up to any of them, and ask them about something or talk to them about a TV show and have a great conversation. And they're all just like amazing, artistic human beings, and I love being with them all the time. And even when rehearsal's over, I'm like, I'm sad. I have to like go to sleep now. Like I want to hang out with you guys, So yeah.
You didn't see this, but when you asked that question, me and Sam looked at each other and like grabbed hands. Because of Merry Lives, I've met so many wonderful people that I wouldn't have met before, and I just think that shows really bond people, because we're here for hours on end and we're kind of forced to talk to each other, but like it's still a wonderful experience. And like I'm so glad I was forced to bond with these people because they're the best people to bond with. And yeah, that's all I have to say.
Yeah, I've made some bonds that I know will last a lifetime because these people are amazing. And I don't know what I would have done if I was not in Merry Lives, because without these people in my life every day, and even though I don't get to see them every day after this, tears, I'm getting weepy. Okay, so without them, I don't know what I would be without these amazing human beings in my life, and I just cannot think of them any less than family. And I protect them with my life. And I love them.
Oh, that's so great.
On that super happy note, we are currently getting kicked out of our temporary studio space, and thank you for listening to episode 1 of Voices of CSArts.
Don't be sad about this, because we will try to make a follow-up podcast on this with the cast.
Oh yeah,
to answer more of your
for
questions.
Sure. Signing off, this is Ariana Magaña.
Jad Cruz.
See you next time.
Later.
And tune in for next week for me, Mia, interviewing School of Dance for their Tech Week.